We're rolling. Lights, camera, action, baby. The light's been on for a little bit, but finally we're rolling. It took a little time. We got a new soundboard. We're still waiting on the mics. UPS driver screwed me over.
He screwed you over. Now we have to wait, what, 2 extra days?
Something like that.
Yeah.
They delivered the stands, but not the actual mics. Because
Right.
I had a sign for the mics. I don't get it.
It's a whole mess. But hey, we're going to be back with a better sound, hopefully sometime, what was it, a few days from now?
But for now, you're stuck with this.
Right. Yeah, hopefully the audio is a little bit better.
I mean, we sound beautiful on this anyways.
You sound beautiful every day.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right.
It's true. So these drones, man,
Tell me about them.
I don't know. They just kind of disappeared.
Right.
Everybody stopped talking about them.
Yeah.
I Googled it the other day. Everybody's just like, oh, we've moved on to our next distraction.
Okay. What do you think the next big distraction is? All the stuff that's been going on?
Not to move on, but have you heard anything about the drones anymore?
So yeah, I have. My cousin's super obsessed with it, but I have heard stuff. I've watched a few videos where basically they've talked about how the drones they pick them up and they're not giving off heat or anything. So it's just some weird conspiracy about them having gravity and inducing engines.
0 Kelvin drones?
Yeah, something I don't know, something like that.
Undetectable
Pretty
by
much.
heat sensors. 0 Kelvin, when atoms stop moving.
But yeah, no, I mean it's pretty. I mean it had people scared for a while.
Yeah, just causing mass hysteria.
Right.
So I remember hearing this thing. It was Salmonella Academy on YouTube. And he has this one video about this. It was back in not ancient times, but back in maybe medieval or something like that.
Right.
Where this lady just started dancing. And a bunch of people just started following her dancing, and she danced for a week straight.
Right.
Something like that. And it just caused mass hysteria. All these people just dancing.
I mean, that's that'd be pretty cool. Just a whole rave. You go outside, you're 1500s, middle age. You just walk outside, you just see the whole town dancing. You're like, what the hell is this? Is this witchcraft?
It's just a continuous flash mob.
Right.
I've always wanted to be a part of a flash mob.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah, they just one person start dancing, and then out of nowhere, a group of people just come out of nowhere.
It's a planned thing. People
Gotcha.
meet up at a shopping mall, and they'll just have a choreographed dance.
Right.
So they all just break out into this dance at this specific time.
So would you want to do what? Classical or just hip hop, sort of dance?
A lot of crumping. I just want to be jumping around.
Just excessively crumping, super aggressive with it.
Just jumping around like a gorilla. Banging on my chest.
You might scare the folks.
Scare the elderly.
Stop scaring the elderly.
I mean, hey, I gotta make sure that their pacemakers are still working and
Right.
everything.
Just put up signs no crumping in this area.
Shout out to them old folks.
Right. I don't know what we do without those pacemakers.
I don't know what they would do without them.
Right.
I mean, for now, I'm okay with that one.
Who knows? We'll see in a few years if we actually need something like that.
True that. So, other than the drones, I feel like the next crazy thing was that stuff that happened on New Year's
Yes.
in New Orleans and Las Vegas.
Right. Where that guy just kind of mowed down a bunch of people.
Yeah. And then the cyber truck outside of the Donnie T Hotel.
Right. So, speaking of the one with the Cybertruck, do you know much about it? I heard apparently it was filled with, stuff that'll, blow up essentially. And he just pulled up to the hotel?
Yeah, the front entrance.
Right.
And apparently he click clack 5 big booms powed himself, and I guess it just went kaboom after that.
Right.
Had some cans in the back and some fireworks, and it's wild. It was just so coincidental too, because both guys were military veterans.
Right.
They both were at the same base. They both rented a car from the same rental car service.
Really?
Which was Turo, which is not the most commonly used. If you go to the airport, you're going to a Alamo or a budget rental
Gotcha.
or whatever, Thrifty. They're not sponsoring us though, so rent your cars from wherever. But both rented their cars from the same place. Both were pickup trucks, and just a lot of coincidental factors. I don't know if that's supposed to be the distraction, taking us away from the drones and what's actually going on over there, but just pretty crazy.
So I did follow it a little bit. I saw on Twitter, Elon posted saying that if it was any other vehicle, it wouldn't have contained the blast, but because it was like a Cybertruck, it basically dampened like all the damage that would have like occurred, like if it was like any other vehicle. So I don't know. I think that was pretty cool. I mean, Did you see the video of it actually going off?
Yeah. He said it dampened it?
Well, it stopped it from like, stopped it from being such like a massive explosion. Essentially.
True.
Yeah.
I figured with those lithium batteries in there,
it would be like something like massive.
Yeah. Especially because once the lithium battery goes, there's no putting it out. It's letting the candle burn dry.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know too much about that.
Lithium batteries, man.
Yeah. Actually, is that... I was looking at a car like a few years ago that it was like a what am I talking about? Like what is it called? Electric vehicle.
Yeah, EV.
Yeah. Apparently, like when those, like the batteries go, they're like super expensive to fix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we always bring up EV vehicles, but they're cool. I don't think the technology's there just yet.
Yeah.
People think they're super green and saving the earth, but electricity comes from burning coal.
So what do you think about, like, going back to like the whole shebang that happened on New Year's Day? Like, how do you feel about, because I heard on the news there wasn't a lot of police presence at this where people were celebrating for New Year's. We kind of just...
And they took the barriers down and stuff?
Yeah. Apparently, like, they were like fixing it or something.
It's scary, but at the same time, you can't let them win, you know?
Yeah.
As soon as you get comfortable, something happens and blah, blah, blah. At the same time, I mean, be careful, like, make the right decisions, know the risks that you're going to be taking if you do.
Yeah.
Attend things in big groups of people. I mean, I'm sure everybody wants to have fun, but it's just crazy. You never know what's going to happen at any given place or time. Like the guy who was at the Donnie T Hotel.
Right.
Apparently he had done like 5 tours in Afghanistan, which is crazy.
Yeah, he was actually in a couple YouTube videos, like you could search it up right now and actually see him in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Like doing what?
Just like stuff having to do with like the military. I believe he was on like a YouTube video with like other like people in,
like interviewing them and stuff like that.
It looked like they were like outfitted in like army gear, so I'm guessing it had like a video having to do with that or something.
Also makes you think, like, not to get too political, but we spend all this money on the military through the government. The dudes and ladies who do their time, and especially if you go on 5 tours in Afghanistan, give them the help that they need.
Exactly.
Like, spend the money. Like, me as a taxpayer, I don't mind helping out those people.
Exactly.
With the right medical and mental health, things like that.
Yeah.
Don't let stuff like that happen. I mean, of course, there's those one-off cases that you just can't prevent, but help the people out there. There's tons of cases of people struggling with PTSD and mental health issues that have gone through that type of thing.
That's true, yeah.
Help them out.
Help them out, definitely.
Not to start on such a dark note.
No, but we just, we had to mention that because there's something big that's going on in the States. So, everybody's
current
talking
events,
about
baby.
It. Right.
So, I've got a question for you.
Okay. Throw it at me.
If you got paid $1 million for each month you spent in prison, how long do you think you could last?
How long I could last in prison? If I got $1 million each month? I don't know. Are we talking like Gen Pop or like confined? Like what are we talking? Or just anything?
So I wouldn't necessarily define how bad the prison is, or like if you're in solitary confinement or not. I would say just Gen Pop, medium security prison.
Honestly, I think I don't know. I could probably last maybe like a year, 2 years before I just lose it because I mean like what, 2 years? That's like 24 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So 24 million for 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the show 60 days in, and some of those people like can't last 15 days in there.
Really.
I suppose at some point, as long as there's nothing too crazy going on, you just keep your head down, read some books, eat your chow.
I think I'd be fine as long as I have some form of like entertainment, like you said, like books or like some recreation thing. I think if I like actually went in, I just lose a crap ton of weight and just work out the entire time. So that would definitely be like a good motivation to like actually get in shape. Plus, I'd get the money. So
that or just like pork up. You're just
Right.
eating like sausages and stuff and ramen noodles from the commissary.
wait, so can I get money on my books from that? How long I've spent in there, or
For the sake of this question, we'll say you've got unlimited money on your books.
okay, all right, well, yeah, now I'll definitely probably get a lot bigger.
It's eating Rice Krispie treats
Right.
and stuff every day. But at the same point, like after 6 months, $6 million, you can retire off of that if you invest it correctly. Like,
That's true.
you'd be all right.
But I think in this economy, how far can $6 million get? I mean, things have gotten a lot more expensive.
You'd go for the stretch. You'd go for the 24 M's.
I would at least try to make it a year. I think I'd be a lot more comfortable if it's 12.
I feel like at a certain point, you hit your breaking point over of you forget about life on the outside.
Right.
And then you're just kind of in that situation of in the inside. I met a guy who was in prison for 20 years
Yeah.
for something he didn't do. He ended up getting a settlement. It was pretty crazy. He ended up getting like multi-millionaire after the settlement. And he just did not seem the same. Like, I was kind of nervous to meet him. I met him in like a professional setting.
Right.
But like I was just like standing there, like had my hand like in my pocket. Like at one point, I could see he was just like looking around, and I was just like, "Oh, like sorry, dude."
Yeah.
Like shook his hand. He had like a bunch of prison tattoos and stuff.
Really.
Nice guy in the end, but still, I could see.
That it took a toll on him, essentially.
And he was probably maybe mid to late 40s, if I had to guess. So you spend that long in there, you spend the majority, if not a big portion of your life.
Right.
That'll change you.
Definitely would. I feel like there's a lot of like PTSD that comes with stuff like that. It's essentially just it's like you're in there, you got to watch your own back, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's just like a lot of people are like out to get you. So, I mean, that would definitely, definitely take a toll on a lot of people.
I feel like I'd start like a book club or something in there. So the protection of the book club.
Yeah, you think so? Just a bunch of nerdy guys reading books.
Somebody goes to shank me. I just got like a bunch of books like duct taped to my body.
Your booked up armor.
You're not getting through the 600-page chapter novel.
But how long do you think you could last in there?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a little malleable. So like I feel like I could either make it
Right.
or it would break me.
You
I'd
think
be
so?
like 2 weeks in, I'd be like, I gotta get out of here.
Right.
I gotta go. I can't handle this.
So do you think it's, when you say malleable, what do you mean? Like,
I can be shaped into a lot of things, but
Yeah.
sometimes, you shape something too much, and
Right.
it breaks, and it's not the way it was before.
okay. All right. I see that. Yeah. Honestly, mine was a lot longer than yours. I thought you were probably going for like the stretch or something.
Yeah, I do 10 years.
Going there for 25 years, come out filthy rich.
Living in Beverly Hills.
So how'd you make your money? Oh. I did the time. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but like, that stuff doesn't really appeal to me. I'm a pretty simple person when it comes down to it.
Right.
I don't do anything crazy. I don't live anywhere crazy. I don't buy anything crazy. So,
Yeah.
keep it pretty simple.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Maybe get like a nice cabin in the woods somewhere.
That does sound nice, honestly.
Cabin in the woods, penthouse in Manhattan.
Penthouse.
6 months in the pokey.
How much no, penthouses in Manhattan could be pretty expensive. I don't know.
Maybe not like the nicest penthouse.
Okay. fair
Maybe
enough.
like the 13th floor.
Like something else. Instead of Manhattan, just Hoboken. Just get a penthouse out there.
Jersey City.
Right.
That could work too.
Yeah. But yeah. So, have you heard about the allegedly the honey scam that's been circulating.
Yeah, I was listening to a video this morning on it. I think Charlie Moist Critical, he made a video on
Yeah.
it. Apparently, they got bought by PayPal
They
for
did.
something. Was it like $4 billion or
Not
something?
really sure, but 4 billion is that's a hefty.
It was a crazy number. And pretty much what he was saying was like, you don't do a ton of auditing on a business before you shell out that kind of cash to them.
right.
It's crazy that they were screwing over the creators who like help promote their brand.
Yeah. So essentially, they go like if a creator goes and like recommends something, recommends honey, and they have their link. Like honey basically allegedly switched it out at the checkout process, and they used either their own or somebody that they're affiliated with. Essentially, they get a kickback from it as opposed to like the creators. So a lot of creators essentially didn't get like money from like
They didn't get their commissions on it.
pretty much.
And like regardless of the creators getting their commissions, like Mr. Beast and whoever else
Right.
promoted them getting their commissions, like those guys are already rich.
Yeah.
So what Honey would do is they would say they weren't getting like a commission on it, something like that. They would say that there was no coupon code, or they would give them the lesser of the code,
Okay.
and they would take their cut on it.
Really?
So the consumer would get hurt.
Yeah. Huh.
So the person who's going on whatever bathbombs.com or something like that, and they're trying to get some lavender bath bombs,
They're essentially screwed out of
they were screwed out of their 15% discount
Right.
because Honey only gave them 5%.
Isn't there like a major class action lawsuit going on? I think was it the YouTuber and lawyer Legal Eagle essentially
Yeah.
is fronting that?
Yeah, so I heard about that too. So apparently there's some kind of class action lawsuit going on.
Right.
So we'll see what happens on that aspect.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep the people updated.
I hear there's a class action lawsuit against Apple as well because Siri's been listening to people.
Really?
So apparently, however many Apple devices you own, apparently like the breakdown they saw was about $20 per Apple device. So I mean, I'm not 100% sure on this, but if you've got Apple devices, you might be entitled to $20 out there.
I mean, that's been a thing for years where people, especially with like the Amazon, people are always saying like Amazon is listening. Or like, for instance, if you're like thinking about something and like you go on Facebook or something, or you go on your phone, you see the thing that you were thinking about or like saying, I don't know. It's pretty strange.
I hate when I click on an ad these days, like just something I'm somewhat piqued my interest in.
Right.
Then I click on it, I look at the website for 30 seconds, and I just click off. Then for the next 2 weeks, I just get that same ad over and
Right.
over and over again. Like, just leave me alone.
That actually happened to me recently. I was looking at like different turntables and like records that I'm like interested in like getting, and it's just like everywhere I go, Facebook, Twitter, formerly X, formerly Twitter, I'm just getting like ads about like records or like what's the best one. It was just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's overwhelming as a consumer.
Right.
I mean, I guess we're used to back in the day where we would watch commercials on TV, and they would play like the same set of commercials.
Yeah.
But like it kind of switched it up, but not really. Like you would just see like a string of commercials on every commercial break on TV, and it wasn't just the same thing constantly.
Yeah, it's becoming pretty invasive to a certain extent.
It is what it is. They have to be tactical in their marketing schemes.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of marketing, do you think Polar's ever going to reach out to us?
I don't know, man. I guess we'll see. We just got to keep drinking it.
I mean, we're drinking it, but they ain't paying for us. They're paying for it.
We just love it. It's amazing. It's like really refreshing.
Shout out Petey Pablo.
Yeah.
And that concludes our seltzer break. Shout out to the Polar Pack. I got Stop and Shop brand this time.
Oh, you did?
So straws. Do you think those are one hole or two holes?
I think it's just one continuous hole.
Heyo. That's my thoughts on it too. It depends on how you look at it.
Right.
If you look at it horizontally, landscape,
Right.
you're gonna see two holes. If you look at it vertically, like a telescope, it's just one hole. So if anybody ever says two holes, you ask them, is a telescope one hole or two holes?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that concludes our.
Yeah, it was a very introspective analysis into straws.
Straws, yeah.
There was a point in my life where I just stopped drinking out of straws.
Why? Was it because the whole turtle debacle?
Yes and no. So essentially, I got my wisdom teeth out.
Yeah.
So you can't drink out of straws when you do that. And when I got mine out, it was not fun.
Right.
Like, got them out on a Friday. So I took Friday off, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Went back to work on a Tuesday, and I was still in a lot of pain.
Okay.
I did not think it would be that bad. I think I was 25 at the time.
Right.
Didn't think it would be that bad, but it was. So I stopped drinking out of straws during that. And then for like 3 years after, I was like, I'm not drinking out of straws. I feel bad for the turtles.
Right.
And then now I'm kind of back on the straws. Still feel kind of bad about it, but same time.
How did you feel about there was a big craze where everybody essentially were a lot of restaurants were doing those paper straws.
Paper straws?
Yeah.
I mean, they're fine if you want to wolf down your beverage in 2 minutes.
Pretty much, right.
But they just get all nasty and gross.
They kind of just fall apart. You just I don't know. It's just this weird tasting texture in your mouth. You kind of taste whatever it's made of.
Yeah, it tastes like a wet cardboard box drinking out of it. I had a phase of metal straws that didn't last too long. Because those are they taste like metal when you drink out of them.
Yeah.
They're kind of gross,
I've never experienced. I don't think I've ever used a metal straw, but the Stanley cups, I know those, or the mugs, whatever they call them, those come with their own plastic straws and thing. But I guess that's more safer for the environment because essentially you just wash it and just keep it.
Yeah, true. You wash it and keep it. It's a bigger straw, so it's easier to clean.
Yeah.
But at the same time, those metal straws, a lot of them are just really small. Then they just taste, whatever you're drinking tastes like metal.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely not a good.
Nothing beats the plastic straw as far as taste, crispness, and everything.
Going back to when you said you had your wisdom teeth removed, I also got mine removed recently. I definitely told you about it, but the thing that I found out is you can't the suction might create a dry socket, and if you lose the blood clot that is supposed to protect the hole. That's, I see you laughing. No, we're not talking about the Jamaican word blood clot.
I was laughing at suction.
No, well, yeah, but it's
Can't lose that suction.
essentially if you lose that, it's you have the bone right there, and that could be super painful, and actually takes a lot longer for your the operation, the incision where you got your wisdom teeth
for it to heal.
Yeah. So that kind of sucked. Apparently, a lot of people who do smoke, they use the opportunity for when they get their wisdom teeth removed to stop smoking, and that, I don't know, supposedly that's supposed to help you quit. That didn't really help me, but
I was gonna say, dang.
you're right.
Should I get more teeth removed? Try to get me off the peach ice health bars.
Right.
Not sponsored,
Actually,
just like the product.
have 2 more to get removed, so I might actually take the opportunity to actually quit.
Dude, do one at a time. Get one, spend a week, stay off the nick.
Right.
And then after that, get the other removed. Another week off the nick, and then you're probably good.
Hey, that might work.
14 days. It'll suck. You'll be in pain twice as long.
It actually, this time it wasn't super bad. I wasn't really in pain at all, honestly.
It wasn't McLovin.
It wasn't McLovin.
Wasn't super bad.
Nope, not at all.
Muhammad's the most common name in the world. It was either that or McLovin. I chose McLovin. What a classic film.
I love that movie. I that's one movie I can consistently watch, and you just have a good time, essentially.
Just have a good time. That's all it's about.
That, and actually going into this, what would you consider your guilty pleasure for movies? If you were You know, something that you'd watch, I guess.
I wouldn't say a movie.
Okay.
I really like the show Full House.
Right.
John Stamos.
Okay.
That guy go crazy.
So you just watched Full House just for what was it, John Stamos?
I watched it last night when I was falling asleep.
I
Woke up, it was still on at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, gotta turn this off. Where's the remote?
I don't think I watched Full House in a long time.
Dude, watch some later.
I might actually. But I think mine would probably be Starship Troopers. It's like a sci-fi movies from like the it's basically essentially just like giant bugs, like military killing giant bugs. I don't know. It was, I really love it.
I know what it is,
Yeah.
but like I've never seen it before.
You should watch it. I don't know. It's just such a good movie. I don't know. I really like it.
Is it a good movie or is it so bad that it's good?
No, it's not bad at all. I think at the time when it came out, it was just there was like no need for it essentially, or I don't know. It just came out at a weird time, so it didn't do too well. But
No, it's got the cult following to it.
pretty much, and there's been like a bunch of like straight to DVD movies, and there's like been like a video game that recently came out for it.
There's a new video game for Starship Troopers.
Yeah, it's the Starship Troopers, and I think Helldivers too. Actually, another great game. Kind of like boosted the momentum, so a lot of people went back to check out Starship Troopers. Essentially, yeah.
So Squid Games has this like whole segment on Black Ops 6 right now. It's
Oh,
kind
does
of
it?
funny.
I haven't. Huh?
Like you can hop on there and play like red light, green light.
Yeah.
So I played 3 games last night
Really?
of red light, green light.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell me?
I won the 3rd game. I was so proud of myself. I'm so bad at Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
But that one, I was like, okay.
Okay.
I just got to go forward and then
Right.
stop when I hear the music stop.
Yeah.
Made it happen.
I actually deleted that game off my hard drive. I don't know. I'm not terrible, but I'm definitely not the best. I don't know. Maybe it's a skill issue.
It was a weird Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite Call of Duty?
I think my favorite Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, I really loved that.
The remastered or like the OG
Oh,
on Xbox 360?
I'm sorry. We have to specify the OG from Xbox 360. I remember I got that for my birthday. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. What kind of killed it in the beginning was like the noob tubes that when you started a match, they're just like fire over the map, essentially kill you. But yeah, no, I definitely love that. How about you?
I was kind of notorious for that too.
Yeah.
I remember in one of them, there was this one map where like you just start on like one side, and then you just go. I just had like 2 like it was either frag or sticky grenades.
Right.
Just like launch them across the map, and like every time you get like 3 or 4 people.
Right.
But I like Black Ops 2 a lot. I got really into Black Ops 1. I think the farthest like prestige I ever got was in Black Ops 2.
Right.
I had like 6 golden weapons in it,
Okay.
which is not so much like it's not so much an accomplishment these days, but like back in the day,
Yeah.
that's something you had to work and grind
That was a
for.
big milestone back then.
You used to just go to class, get out, go home, play Black Ops 2 for a while.
Yeah.
I used to do that and play Destiny. Destiny was cool, but like it was just like the same thing continuously.
Yeah.
Like the boss, it was just like the amount of bullets you had to fire into it to
Yeah.
make it like go away.
Right.
I
Right.
was like, all right, this is stupid.
Yeah.
The concept was really cool, and like the lore and everything behind it.
But so did you see that Drake released a new? Well, apparently it was.
Drizzy?
Yeah, it was like a leaked video of him like rapping, basically. Basically, I was his blueprint, essentially, just trying to recover from what Kendrick did to him. Because yeah, I don't know. Have you listened to it or not?
I have not heard it,
Yeah.
but I mean, Drake at this point, he's probably better off like just laying low for a
Right.
year, maybe 2 years, and then just eventually coming back out, and people like kind of forget,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like the drones. But him as like an ego standpoint, I feel like he can't do that. I feel like he took 3-4 months off.
Right.
Now he's like, I gotta get back into the spotlight. I gotta be number
Yeah.
one. Like Drake, you got your own private jet. Like, just relax, bro. Like you'll be fine.
I don't know. It's just like a weird move to like losing a rap battle, then suing your or trying to sue your own label. So
Yeah, yeah, that was weird too.
all right.
But I mean, Kendrick Lamar, he's gonna be on the Super Bowl this year.
Are you excited for that?
I'd say I'm a 4 out of 10 excited
4 out
for
of
the
10?
Super Bowl halftime show. I can't even tell you like who's in the like top running to be in the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah, we're definitely not big sports guys.
I mean, depending on the sport.
Right.
I mean, like Tony Hawk, you know, his real name is Mike, right?
Tony Hawk's name is Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What, Mike Hawk?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Little tidbit there, a little fun fact about Mr. Anthony Hawk.
That's funny.
I saw he got like a Domino's sponsorship recently. Like, what are you doing, Tony Hawk? Why are you being sponsored by Domino's? I get it, like, but like, why? What's your reasoning behind this?
I find it interesting. Like a lot of these like brands that are not super healthy, they like to sponsor like, you know, athletes and stuff like that, which is kind of like, it's weird. It's like kind of hypocritical.
Like Odell Beckham Jr. is got like a Twizzler sponsorship or something.
Oh, it does.
You ever bit both ends off of a Twizzler and use it as a straw?
I've never.
So you bite both ends off of a Twizzler, and then it makes like a little like straw because it's hollow in the middle. Used to do that all the time when I was a kid.
Never tried that. Like, what did you drink it with? Like,
You know, coffee creamer, whole milk,
okay, all right.
cottage cheese.
Oh, maybe I have to check that out.
But I feel like in, I don't know, like a Coke or Pepsi or something like that, it's good. Where do you stand on the Coke versus Pepsi?
I will die on this hill, but I honestly think they taste the same exact way.
No.
Yeah.
Coke is like more, like, I don't want to say mellow, but Coke's like more mellow where Pepsi is more crisp.
You think so? Like, what do you drink more, like Pepsi or Coke?
I mean, I'm not a big soda person,
Right.
but like I like Diet Coke. But the big thing is Pepsi has Mountain Dew,
Right.
who also has Taco Bell.
Okay. Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
Right.
I used to love Mountain Dew Code Red back in the day. And then now that I'm older, I'm just like, wow, that's like drinking poison.
For a while I used to drink Mountain Dew, but I don't know. It's probably because I've gotten older. I don't know. It really like messes with my anxiety. Like it's like through the roof.
Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Mountain Dew freaks me out.
I think it's like all the caffeine that's in it.
I can't handle the dew.
I
I can't do the dew.
I don't really work out or like, you know, do like, you know, activities and stuff like that. So I'm just like sitting there just anxiety flaring the whole time.
So you doesn't do the dew?
Does not do the do.
But you drink down that polar seltzer though.
Dude, you know, I love it.
So going back to pizza, what do you think like the emotions of pizza places would be
The emotions?
if like Domino's was like
Okay.
content? Like what would Little Caesars be?
I think Little Caesars would be like, you know, really erratic.
That's what I was gonna say. Eccentric.
Yeah.
Their pizza guy, the Little Caesar, just running around getting $5 hot and readies together.
I feel like if they had like a personality, it'd be like super annoying just in your face. Like, buy our pizza. It's really cheap.
Papa John's is fatherly.
I don't know. I feel like Papa John's is more like a mob. It gives like a mob vibe. Papa John's.
Hey, it's me, Papa John. I call on you for a favor.
What about Domino's? What do you think? What kind of vibe does Domino's give?
Domino's, I mean, they're reliable, consistent. You always know what you're getting. I actually got Domino's last night.
Yeah.
It's less than 2 miles from here. And then my order was about $25, so I tipped the guy $5 on it.
Okay.
And I felt kind of bad about that.
Right.
I mean, he drove less than 2 miles for $5. I mean, I'd do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, it was kind of cold. It was probably like 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
It's like I felt bad, and I tried to like go back on like the app and like tip him a little bit more, but it didn't let me do it. So I'm sorry, Domino's guy. If you delivered a Hawaiian pizza and garlic bread knots last night with some garlic dipping sauce, thank you. We appreciate you. You loyal. You great. And next time I'll give you $8 instead of $5.
What about Pizza Hut? Did we mention that one yet?
I haven't had Pizza Hut in the longest time. I know that before like the health craze in the United States happened and people started eating kale, Pizza Hut used to be the biggest buyer of kale in the United States because they used to have like the Pizza Hut buffet. So they would line their buffet with kale. Okay. Just because nobody wanted to eat it. And then people got into the craze of kale, and now the prices skyrocketed.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting.
Maybe the health craze has caused Pizza Hut to decline.
But what about Pizza Hut's emotion, like their personality? What do you think it conveys?
Pizza Hut, I'd say more like kind of stuck up, arrogant. Like their buildings are just like that stupid like
it was like a
roof.
Weird,
It's that stupid roof, so like you know what it is when you drive by. And then when you drive by an abandoned Pizza Hut, you're just like, fucking Pizza Hut. You can't hide from me. Yeah.
So we're talking about fast foods and stuff like that. Who do you think is like the king of like a good like burger? Like out of the Burger King or like McDonald's, or like a Five Guys. What do you?
So we're open like the quick service restaurants on here, like Five Guys, Shake Shack. The top tier one, not McDonald's. I mean, the Whopper at Burger King's classic, but like Five Guys is pretty good, but it's pretty greasy. How would you rank Red Robin in this?
I don't think yes, I have. I've had it once. I think it was okay. The only time I've had it. Yeah, but I wouldn't put it up there with like the big guys.
They're not like a quick service restaurant, but like you can just order from them and like they'll have it ready for you in 20 minutes.
I think, would you consider Five Guys would be quick servers, right?
Yeah, it's like you walk in, you walk up to a counter, hey, I want this, this, and this.
So I think my top would probably be Five Guys, or I had Sonic at one point that was pretty good, but I think for like
no, not Sonic. Maybe they're tots, but
yeah, maybe. But no, at that time that I did have, it was pretty good. But I think Five Guys, like their burgers are they're a little bit expensive, but it's pretty good.
What about In-N-Out Burger? You had your first In-N-Out Burger last year.
Yeah.
They were pretty good, but
I couldn't tell you that I remember.
Their menu's really basic.
Yeah.
So like it keeps it pretty simple. Like you know what you're getting every time, and it's very consistent.
Right.
There's also like Whataburger. They're around this area too. They're pretty good. I've had a Steak and Shake burger before. They're good. Okay. There's so many different. I mean, typical America. There's so many fast food places. Right. Like we can play the Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black game, and like go back and forth all day about different fast food restaurants.
Right.
There's so many different ones.
That's true. But hey, it's Five Guys for me. I don't know about you.
Back when we were in Colorado, you were like not obsessed, but you were all about those Jack in the Box like $1 tacos.
Hey, they were good, man. They were
like
cheap.
I ordered it one night, and you're like, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah, those were pretty good. I'm not
like
gonna lie.
A few days later, you're like, "You getting Jack in the Box? You get some tacos?" I was like, "Yeah, let's get some tacos from Jack in the Box."
Taco me crazy, man. I was feeling them.
Dude, I mean, Jack in the Box is pretty cool. There's just like not really any around here.
Right.
That's like one of the big issues. I was talking the other day about like restaurants that have like closed that are like no longer around, like Bennigan's, the Ground Round. You familiar with any of these?
No.
Maybe it's just a Connecticut thing.
It could be.
They weren't on the island or in the the borough of Brooklyn, New York.
They could have been. I don't know. I didn't venture out too far, so
I mean, Bennigan's is Butter's favorite restaurant.
yeah.
I want to go to Bennigan's.
Oh, South Park.
I'm going to Bennigan's. Where is your favorite place to eat?
My favorite place to eat? I don't know. I'm not really fussy. I'll eat anything. So,
You just get a rotisserie chicken from Costco. You're good to
a
go.
rotisserie chicken. You just go home, make like what was it called, a chicken salad out of it. Chef's kiss. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have like a favorite place to eat.
Do you do like a lot of cooking at home, or you do like a lot of eating out?
No, a lot of cooking at home.
You don't be eating out.
I don't be eating out, not at all. But no, like at least in my household, we'll buy like stuff that we'll eat for like the week, and we'll cook pretty much every day or every other day. So we're big on actually cooking at home because that stuff could get expensive, over time.
True. I got some barbecue before this.
Right.
Got the Bear Attack, so it's
Okay.
essentially a meat, macaroni and cheese
Okay.
over cornbread.
That's pretty good.
It was good, but it's just like, oh, like I
Yeah.
feel it in my tummy right now, gurgling. I haven't gotten the bubble guts yet, but I feel like it's coming.
That's something you're probably gonna wake up to.
I'm gonna wake up in the morning just like, oh my god. I ripped the biggest fart this morning when I woke up.
Yeah.
I got up at like 8:30 and I get up for work and I like wake up. I'm just sitting on the edge of my bed and I'm like, and I was like, oh my god, I need to go take care of this.
Nothing wet came out, hopefully.
I mean, I think I was pretty good. I was
Okay.
wearing like boxers at the time. They were white.
Right.
Didn't see anything. Didn't notice anything. But like worst case, I went directly to the old bathroom.
Right.
Took care of business.
Okay.
Wiped it down.
So let's change up a little bit. So for like female rappers, do you listen to any right now that you're really feeling or really like?
Not too much. I mean, I was a pretty big Young M.A. fan when she came out.
Right.
It's just female rappers are just so over sexualized, which is like not annoying, but it's just like rinse and repeat.
Right. I don't know, man. I've been listening to a lot of Sexy Red recently.
Okay. I can get down with some sexy
Yeah,
red.
'Cause I like her because she doesn't really care about much. She's just here to party, have a good time, and I can vibe with that, honestly.
I like that shit. Oh, sexy red. She going brazy. But yeah, like Nicki Minaj was like the OG, like, sexualized rapper.
Right.
Before that, it was like Lil' Kim. Do you feel like some of the legends in hip hop and rap,
Right.
like say if Biggie and Tupac were still around, if they were still alive, do you feel like they would have fallen off by now?
Fallen off? I don't think so. I think they would have had a big impact. Well, they obviously have a big impact on the culture, but I think they'd have even a bigger, more, like enormous impact on like especially rap today.
True.
Yeah.
But like even Eminem goes crazy,
Right.
like still to this day. But a lot of people say, "Oh, Eminem fell off," just because like he's changed his style up a lot, and he's now like in that deep like drug like hole that he was in at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, Ice Cube, he's more of an actor these days. Whatever, you name it. Ja Rule, people clown on that dude. 50 Cent, like he's still very relevant, but people clown on him. Like Notorious B.I.G. released 2 albums. He released 1 album before he died, and then it was like next album came out like after he died.
Right.
I mean, he was a big dude, so like even if he made another 15, 20 years after that, like where would he be at now?
I think he'd probably be immortalized still just like, like if he was still alive, I think he'd be like a mentor to kind of like that figure how Snoop Dogg is, whereas he's kind of just like that uncle figure and like to like
Yeah.
hip hop artists.
Yeah, I mean, love Snoop Dogg, but what would that guy not do for a paycheck?
That's true. He does do a lot of stuff.
He's one of the hardest working people, I swear, but he's everywhere, he's in everything, and there's probably not much he wouldn't say yes to.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure. That is a good question, though. What do you think?
Imagine being like the notorious B.I.G. in Fortnite.
Dude, we need that. We need that Fortnite skin.
He's just doing like the dance from Juicy, wearing the big ass glasses, Coogee sweater.
Right.
Oh man, shout out to the greats. You played that segment very safe.
Yeah, I don't want to get any hate from the viewers.
You don't want to catch any beef.
Definitely don't want to catch that fade. I'll tell you that much.
You don't want to ruin your chances with Polar for sponsorship.
Right.
Dang, man. We have 45 minutes.
Yes, we are.
You want to keep it going? You want to wrap it up here?
It's up to you, man. We could do whatever. What are you thinking?
I think we did enough tonight.
Okay.
We'll have the new mics tomorrow.
All right.
Come with a whole new entendre of different topics.
Most def.
Try to get another... Oh, Mos Def.
Most def.
Another classic rapper.
Another classic rapper.
They say he fell off too. What are you talking about?
No, he just went into acting, kind of like Common. Or should I say Common Sense?
Shout out Common. Shout out Mos Def. Shout out Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, all right. Well,
Touches everything. Polar Pack. Shout out to you. Shout out to us. We'll be back with more. We're getting better mics, so
yeah, should be a lot better in the next few weeks.
don't clown on us too hard. Like, subscribe, comment.
See ya.